Hey guys, Multi-Classic Gamer here. Welcome to episode 34 of Banjo-Tooie. What lies ahead of us is Grunty Industries, World 6 of Banjo-Tooie. And what could potentially be a very frustrating set of episodes mostly for me, hopefully not for you guys. But here it is. Most people's least favorite world of the game, Grunty Industries. This is basically this game's equivalent to Rusty Bucket Bay and Banjo-Kazooie, but different. It's not necessarily hard so much as it is tedious, finding your way around here. And that is the biggest problem with this world, is finding your way around here. For instance, you cannot enter the factory itself right away. No. Instead, you have to find another way in because the entrance is blocked. Currently, it's closed. Funny story is that Witchy World was shut down due to how unsafe it was. Well, I think the same can be said for Grunty Industries. Well, why? Because it's run by Grunty, the most disgusting and green of all witches. Well, not green so much in this game, that's for sure. Okay, so let's read the sign here. Short on battery power. Try looking here. Oh yeah, this is actually going to be important later on because there's actually we're going to be using batteries as sort of collectibles to do stuff in this world, and there's 4 of them laid out. So this sign is actually good to remember if you're having trouble finding those batteries later on, but we don't need to know about that right now. What we need to know is that back here is the switch for the train station in Grunty Industries. And that's pretty much all you do out here for now, because now you have to exit the world and enter Grunty Industries through the train station. You have to take a train to Grunty Industries to get inside the factory initially. Eventually we'll open up that door, but for now, this is our only way to get inside the actual factory. Sure, we're inside the world, but the actual factory where the heat of all the action is going to be, yeah, we can't quite get in here from here. Get in there from here, I mean. Now, those batteries that sign was talking about, one of them happens to be right above the world entrance here. You can hear it hopping around up there. But again, that's not important right now. What's important is that we need to exit this world now and get to the closest train station. So, I'm honestly not going to bother cutting because it's not that far. We just need to warp to the cliff top and we'll be right there. But yeah, this is a set of episodes that could be very either annoying for you guys to watch or amusing. Because I'm not hoping for much going into this because I have done one full playthrough. When I say full playthrough, I mean like, everything except for that one Jiggy and Cheeto page I couldn't get in World 8. So I've only completed this world once. I did okay, but I don't know how this particular run's gonna go. Okay, I wish I would just pay attention to what I'm doing here. Jeez. Okay, yeah. I just had some really delicious fish fillets for dinner, but I don't think that's gonna change the fact that this could be a very unenjoyable set of episodes recorded here. Now, this path right here, these footprints on the wall, they're gonna be important later on, actually, because there's a move we're gonna be getting in Grunty Industries that allows us to do something about that. And at the top of that path, footsteps there, or footprints, I should say, is actually our last Jinjo in Isle of Hags. So there we go. So we're going to get right over here to the train station of Isle of Hags, and we're going to summon the train. We're going to summon good old Chuffy here, so that way we can get on into Grunty Industries. Okay, so right now he's still currently in Pterodactyl Land, but let's change that up a bit. Let's get him over here. So, I do not have a guide with me going to this world. The only thing I have is, I listed out all the Jiggies, all the Jinjos, all the moves, all the extra honeycomb pieces, all the Cheeto pages, and their locations, and the moves as well. But knowing where everything is in the world is not necessarily a big of a deal. The problem is just finding your way around. You could play through this game like 1 or 2 times and still not know your way around that world. And I felt like I just got lucky that for my first run through Grunty Industries, my first official, well, I shouldn't say first official run through, like my first complete run of the world. Because the first time I played through this game, Grunty Industries is where I stopped. I had to use a guide. Like, I had to use my favorite Let's Players LP in order to get through Grunty Industries. Okay, so here we go. We are now heading back into the world to actually start it for sure. Already 5 minutes in this episode, might I add. 5 minutes in, we haven't accomplished anything except for opening the train station. So even though we were staying directly in front of the world and entering it, we didn't officially start it until 5.5 minutes into this episode. Can you believe that? But that's just the tip of the iceberg that Grunty Industries is. Now, one thing I will say is that I love the music of this world, both inside and outside the factory. The outside is just very depressing, but it's also like, you know, it's got that Banjo-Tooie charm at the same time, and that's what I enjoy about it. The funny thing is that I actually associate it with my hometown, the music itself. But it's like not in a bad way necessarily, it's just the fact that it's always raining in my town, so it kind of has a depressing feeling. So that's why I associate it with the Grunty Industries music. But yeah, inside the factory, it's also pretty good music in here. So yeah, here we are in the train station. Those are most of the enemies we're going to be dealing with in here are basically inanimate objects, like those cans. You're going to be dealing with worse versions of those here real soon. And it's worth knowing that in the top of this train station is the first extra honeycomb piece, the first collectible we're going to be getting in this world. And probably the easiest one as well. Actually, it's not even that easy because you have to know to destroy this rare box right here to reveal this shock jump pad. Then you need to grab onto that. Grab onto that pole. There we go. And there you go. There's your first extra honeycomb piece. So I can automatically delete that off my list. But again, that's just because it's so easy to find. Or do I have it? Yeah, there it is. So there we go. There's the one on the cable on top of the train station. Okay, dude. You're doing the game here, not just crossing off on the list there. Okay. So we're gonna get out of the train station. That's all we have in there. Now, alert, intruders detected. Activate the tin tops. Yes, a lot of these rooms are very annoying to explore because this is going to be happening. First of all, you're going to hear that annoying alarm sound, and then you're going to have these annoying things chasing after you, these electric drones or something. The only way to outsmart those things is to destroy the security camera. There's a security camera that triggers these things, and wow, am I already here? Huh. Oh, yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, so we're already on the first floor right here. This is the main lobby of Grunty Industries. You're going to be spending the most amount of time in here, I do believe. And in here, you'll see the first of these guys. These workers that have very dirty clothes and need washing. We'll be more on that later. Now we got an unfriendly worker to defeat here. But the first thing I want to do here in this world is get all the moves. That is the most obvious thing you want to do when you enter any world in Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, or Donkey Kong 64 for that matter. So here's our first move right here, actually right above this pole. In fact, actually the second move's not too far from here either. Wear these boots and no more falls as they let you walk up walls. Let me tell you how it's done. Kazooie's footprints up your run. So there we go. We can now get that last Jinjo in Isle of Hags. Alright. And unfortunately didn't hit his head. Who cares, honestly. Okay, so right here we have splint pads. Remember that location for later. But more importantly, our second move actually is inside the waste disposal unit. Waste disposal plant, sorry. And you'll notice that there is a little dent here. Not dent, but yeah. Access denied. Door has insufficient power to open. Battery required. This right here is an example of a location for where you place the batteries. And in order to get the batteries, first of all, you have to be Banjo separate from Kazooie. So we're going to get back into that split pad. Here's one of the first claw clamper boots, but I'm not going to use those quite yet because we don't need them. Actually, the first thing we're going to do is, the first thing you want to do is you want to open up that door right there. That is the door the main door of Grunty Industries. So you're going to want to open that first. But first, in order to do that, you got to split Banjo-Kazooie. So we shall do that now. Because at the base of the door, there are buttons or switches for each of the characters. So we're going to hit Banjo switch first, which is right here. And switch back to Kazooie and press his switch. Her switch, sorry. Sometimes, even now, I still have trouble remembering that Kazooie is a girl. And by opening the main entrance, you reveal first the first warp pad of the level, actually. And there you go. We can now enter the factory traditionally. That's a good sign right there. It's a good start. But in all honesty, it's very likely I'm gonna perform a lot better than I thought. Than I think, you know, going to this world, because that's how it goes. You know, if I think I'm gonna do poorly in a world, then I end up doing really well. You know, because of the fact that I spent so much time complaining about it and whatnot. But yes, as Banjo, actually, you know what, dude, you need to go outside actually. Because remember how I pointed out that the first battery's out here right above the world entrance? Well, let's go there and get it. Because we already need our first battery right away in order to get our next move here. And I think our next move is actually specific to Banjo or Kazooie. I don't remember, actually. But I think it's specific to Banjo. I just don't know for sure, though. Okay, so anyways, Banjo's second jump makes this a whole lot easier. All this platforming you have to do out here. In fact, actually, you might as well just bypass all the platform, all the claw, I mean, all the all the grip grabbing you have to do, and just go straight to the battery up here. Now, the battery at first is an enemy, so first you have to hit it with your backpack to stun it, and then you can pull out your backpack and get inside there. And now, as Banjo, you're ready to take your battery to the location it needs to be taken to. There is no specific location for each battery, you just have to put it, I mean, like, you don't have to, like, put one battery in an exact spot, you just have to, you can put any battery in any location where batteries are needed. So there's that at least. But there's also stuff to do out there as Kazooie separately. But first things first, obviously, once again, I want to get all the moves first. Get them out of the way. So the waste disposal machine over here is the location for our first battery right here. There we go. Additional battery power channel 2-door access is now granted. Okay, so let's find out if this move that we get in here is for Banjo only or Kazooie only. I know it's one of the two. Because I don't even remember which move it is, actually. But here it is, right here. Let's find out. Oh yeah, it is for Banjo only. When you're feeling rather low, I know a place that you can go. Z followed by C right removes your backpack. Have a nap to get energy back. That'll be all. Alright, there we go. That just leaves one more move to get, and I know exactly where it is. However, this move, this, nap pad... What was it called again? I don't care. Whatever, this move that he just tossed is actually very useful for a Jiggy we can get on the first floor, so we're going to use it like that. Now, right here, oh my god, these guys are so annoying. They release this toxic gas that is sentient and follows you, and when it's on you, it drains your air and then starts to drain your energy, which is very annoying. Probably one of the most annoying enemies in this entire level. As if all the enemies normally are annoying. Okay, so we're obviously going to pick up our notes first of all as well. Now, on the other side of this room is a Jiggy, but you're not going to be able to get this Jiggy until after World 8, because there's a move that you are required to have in order to get that Jiggy that comes from World 8, so we're not going to worry about that. In fact, actually, as far as I remember, there is actually only one move in World 8. But yeah, we've already opened it, and we could go there if we want to, just to get that move and then get all the Jiggies here at once, but, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm gonna play through the game the way the developers intended you to play it, so that's how it's going to go. But I think that's pretty much it. That's all we can do in that room for now. So there's that. But let's go ahead and get our first Jiggy while we're still in the first episode in Grunty Industries, so it doesn't feel like a total failure of first episode in a world. I mean, I guess there is another thing we can get actually very easily as well. But you know what? I'm just going to go for this one first because we're already banjo separately, so might as well. So right here, this is the, what is it? I think it's a waste disposal. Oh, it's a trash compactor, yeah. This room is very dangerous, but it is the location of our first Jiggy, so we're going to go for it. Now, intruder in the trash compactor. Clean up droids, report to floor 1. So in here you have these crushers. These crushers will immediately fall down on you as soon as you step on the grating here on the floor. And you have it is impossible to avoid this grating on the floor. You have to get crushed. But here's the thing. What's going to happen is, just like the foot on the Stomponodon in Pterodactyl Land, it will bring you down all the way to 1 energy and then kill you the second time it hits you. So, to alleviate this, says Banjo, you will use the knapsack. I think it's called the knapsack, actually. And you will heal yourself. So that is how you get that Banjo switch in the stomping grounds in Pterodactyl Land. That's also how you get this Jiggy in this room. Don't want to go in there, actually, do I? No, I think that's just another way out. So we need to, once again, get on the other side of the screen. But once again, it's impossible to do it without getting hit. You're going to inevitably take a hit going through here. So you just need to remember to heal up in between hits, and you'll be good. I mean, heck, for that matter, it's designed specifically to only bring you down to 1 health the first time it hits you. So as long as you have at least 2 energy, that's all you need to make it through here. That's all you need. Because watch, I'm gonna get hit once, and I'm still gonna survive because I had more than 1 energy. There we go. And with that, there's our first Jiggy of Grunty Industries, and that's also the end of the first episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Next time, we will hopefully continue to make progress in Grunty Industries, or we'll spend the entire episode wandering around trying to figure out where to go. Worst case scenario. See you guys then. Thanks so much for watching. Goodbye.